my Morning with Sam podcast. Today we have a special guest, Kirsten.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited that it's not that hot today and I'm not sweating yet.
Good.
But I know when we get to these questions, I might sweat a little bit.
Yes, I know. Yes. The first question is, what inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
So both of my parents own their own businesses.
Okay.
So my dad was a chef and my
Okay.
mom had a business that supplied waiters. And I kind of saw how they were their own bosses, so I really liked that. I knew when I grew up, I wanted to plan parties and be my own boss. So seeing my parents be entrepreneurs is what inspired me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the next question I have for you is how did you get into pageants?
So
Yes.
I went to UNLV, which
Okay.
you know is right across the street.
Right, from us.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was a student at UNLV.
Okay.
And somebody actually DM'd me on Instagram.
Ooh,
And
okay.
I thought it was a scam. I said, this has to be fake. This can't be real. And they were asking me to compete for the Miss America pageant.
Ooh, okay.
So I met her at Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, which is on Tropicana.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's there anymore. And basically,
Okay.
she just said, if you compete in this pageant and you win, you get $1,000 cash.
Ooh, wow.
And yeah, so being a broke college student at UNLV, I said, you know what? I'm going to try because I really want this money.
Nice.
And that is how I got into pageants. I was 21,
Okay.
so I was already a junior in college. It was super random, and it was all because of an Instagram DM.
Nice.
So that's the story.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So it happened actually right here, right down the street. That's how I got into pageants.
Awesome. Yay. The next question is what is your favorite part of the pageants?
My favorite part of pageants would have to be actually working on my public speaking skills. This kind of stuff and getting out into the community.
Right.
When you're in pageants, you have to volunteer. So when I got the opportunity to be in the pageant, they said, you know, we'd love for you to be in the community in Las Vegas and get to know Nevada.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite part is by then I got to meet lots of new friends.
Okay.
And I got to come to places like APC.
Nice.
So it all kind of connects, but that was definitely my favorite part is meeting new people and getting to volunteer.
Nice. Awesome. So the next question I have for you is what are your other interests?
My other interests. So I really love to travel.
Okay.
I think at this point I've maybe been to 13 or 14 different countries.
Ooh, like where? Can you name?
Let's see. I just was in the Philippines in January, and I went
Ooh.
to Japan.
Ooh.
I've been to Spain. I've been to Italy. So my mom used to take me as a little girl to travel. So that's been something that I really love to do. And I also have 2 bunnies.
Okay.
So that's kind of like an interest. So I have 2 little baby bunnies. So they come with me to the supermarket, and they come with me all over. Sometimes I take them to workout class or hiking. So those are some of the things I really love, but traveling is definitely one of the top ones.
Nice. Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. So the next question I have for you is where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Okay, so this question is really hard. This one makes me a little bit nervous.
Okay.
So in 5 years, I'm gonna be in my 30s.
Wow.
So I hope in 5 years, I hope that I'm married. That would be a goal. Maybe have kids, but I'm not sure yet. I hope at that point that my event planning business has grown a lot and that I get to work and do events in other places. So right now we do a lot of events in Las Vegas, but it would be really cool to do events in other states and other countries. So I think that would definitely be a goal, and yeah, just to keep on growing and learning And you know what? You can call me up in 5 years and we'll see where I'm at.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe we'll do a 5-year podcast.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure, Christine, for sure. So, the next question I have for you is, have you ever thought of, have you ever acted or thought of acting?
I've never officially acted. The only kind of acting I've done is for social media.
Okay.
So sometimes people will pay us to talk about products. So
Okay.
maybe shampoo or a water bottle.
Nice.
As far as real acting, I'm not that good at remembering scripts.
Okay.
So I don't know. I would have to kind of have a little script like this and cheat a little bit.
Why aren't you good at remembering scripts? Yeah.
I don't know. I think I just get kind of nervous and
Okay.
I kind of like psych myself out.
Okay.
So I think if I was acting, I
Okay.
would probably like make up the lines, and I don't know if the directors would like that very much. I'd probably
Yeah.
mess up the words, maybe with practice,
Yeah.
but you know, acting could be fun maybe in the future, but I've never
Yeah.
officially been an actress.
Okay, nice. The next question I have for you is, what is your favorite event you have recently planned?
Let's see. I've planned a lot of events, but one event that was super fun, you know Louie and William?
Yes, yeah, I do, yeah.
I planned their wedding.
No way! Congratulations!
Yes,
Oh my god!
I got to plan their wedding, and
Wow.
we planned their wedding for like over a year.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so it was the biggest wedding I've ever done in my whole life.
Now, can I add on to that?
Yeah, go for it.
How was it the biggest wedding? What made you want to plan this whole wedding?
Well, when I met Louie and William, they met me at my pageant, so I didn't really get to know them that well.
Okay.
And then they told me they were planning their wedding, and you know them, they're very extra and they like to have fun.
Yeah.
So their wedding had about 300 people.
No way.
Yeah.
300 people.
300 people.
Oh
It
my
was a
word.
lot of people.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
Cool.
so we did a lot of really fun stuff and entertainment.
Cool.
But
That's
it was
awesome.
definitely the most elaborate wedding I've done to date. So
Wow, that's
very fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh
Yeah.
my word, that's awesome.
It was really cool.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
So, the next one I have for you is, if you could travel anywhere, where would you go?
Okay, if I could travel anywhere right now, I would love to go to Costa Rica for
Ooh!
to kind of be in the jungle.
Ooh,
I
okay.
think Africa would be really cool.
I love Africa.
Yeah, Africa,
Yeah.
and then one day Antarctica.
Antarctica, nice.
Because I don't think a
Awesome.
lot of people get to go there. I'm not sure how I would get there, and I don't know,
Yes.
but I think Antarctica would be really cool.
That's
to see.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the next question I have is what is your favorite part of all of your pageants?
So my favorite part,
Yeah.
I think for me, it's always changing. My
Okay.
passions kind of change as I get older.
Okay.
So I think the fact that you don't have to stick to one thing and you
Right.
can kind of change your mind. So maybe,
Right.
you know, you feel like being into art or into doing
Yeah.
pageants. And right
Yeah.
now I'm not doing pageants so much.
Yeah.
And now I'm modeling more.
Nice.
So I think that's my favorite part, is that you don't have to just do one thing.
Yeah.
You can kind of change your mind. And, you know,
So-
it's, yeah.
Can I add on
Of course.
to that? So what do you mean by your passion is always changing? What do you mean by changing?
So for me, I think ever since I was little,
Right.
I like to do a lot of different things.
Right.
So I never had one thing that I'm like, this is what I want to do. So
Right.
sometimes I really get into cooking.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
last night I was cooking, and then, you know, next week I might be like, you know what, I want to knit. I want to knit a sweater.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
some people are like that and some
Okay.
aren't, but I know for myself, sometimes it gets a little sporadic and crazy because I like so many things.
Yeah.
But you know, it kind of changes as you get older. You're not interested in the same stuff anymore. So
nice,
I think that's,
nice.
you know, I like to be able to learn, and I'll take a class to learn something new.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really important, just to keep learning.
Cool, nice. So I have one more question for you. Who is your hero and why?
Oh gosh, who is my hero? These are very pageant-like questions. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm on stage. Yeah. Who's my hero?
Who's your hero?
I would say my mom is my hero.
Aww.
So my mom and dad got divorced when I was really little.
Ooh,
That's okay. So I was like 5 years old.
Okay.
And my mom like raised me and my little brother like by herself.
Aww.
And I think that takes a lot of strength. And now that I'm older, I can appreciate it. When I was little, I didn't really understand, but now I see how hard she worked for us, and you know, she tried to let us travel and experience things. So I think it took a lot of strength that now that I'm like in my 20s, I can say, wow, like that was really cool that she did a lot of it by herself.
Nice.
What made you want to start a podcast?
So, you know, I get the question a lot. So, so I actually met Louie, and Louie actually put me onto mornings with Sam. So before this, I actually did a practice one with him before it became official that I would have my very own podcast show, and honestly, you know, and you know, and as soon as I started, I was really like nervous at first, but then I was like, you know, I wanted to have mornings with Sam. You know, I really wanted to have my own show, and did you know what's crazy? Also, so William was actually my very first guest on my very first ever O12 podcast.
Oh wow! I have to watch that one. I haven't seen it.
He was actually my very first guest, and that was actually my very first ever podcast that ever premiered, and
I'll go on YouTube and I'll take a look at that.
You have any other questions for me?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
What's your favorite thing to do outside of APC?
You know, so my dad had like a quad that I like to ride.
Wow.
So yeah.
That sounds dangerous.
It is, but you know, but I really do enjoy it. You know, I also like being able to spend some time. I like being able to go like on like YouTube and watch my mornings with Sam a podcast. I really enjoy watching myself, and I like to send a huge shout out to my number one producer, Jayla. Shout out to my number one producer, Jayla. Since day one, she has been helping. This all started with Louie and William, and Jayla actually she has been my producer since day one, and honestly, she has been my favorite, and you know, and I'm so glad to have her as not only my producer, but also my staff So I'm really, really grateful to have her. So shout out to you, Zayla.
So I'll be the producer too.
Yes, I know. Yes, yeah. But no, and honestly, I really do enjoy having mornings with Sam on my podcast.
Yeah,
so I really do.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Chrissy, for joining me on my podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And be sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I will. I think I am, but I will double check.
Thank you so much, Chrissy,
Thanks
for joining me on my podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.